Hi, I'm Sarah from CourseCraft. A lot of people who've never made an e-course before are scared that they're going to put a lot of work into it and no one will show up. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can use Google Analytics to find out a course topic that your audience will love. After all, the best course topics are chosen by your audience, and you can use the data in Google Analytics to find out what your audience wants to see. And I'll show you how you can find the best places to start promoting your e-course once you're done. So let's head on over to Google Analytics and see what we can find out. Okay, so here we are in Google Analytics, and I'm going to be showing you some data from when I had a blog a few years ago called Mr. Handsome Face. I think I started it maybe in like 2009, and I blogged about DIY home projects and art projects. So I wanted to be able to show you some real life data that you can take a look at because it'll make a lot more sense than some generic test data. So the first thing I want to do is find out what posts and topics have been the most popular with my audience so I can decide what my course topic should be. So I'm going to go over here to Behavior, and then Site Content, and click on All Pages. So these are your top posts for your blog or your website in a given time period. In this case, I picked 2012, 2014, because that's when I had a little bit more traffic on my blog as opposed to now. And try to pick as big a time period as you can to get an idea of what's been popular over the years if you've been doing it that long. So you can see my top post here is a post called How Not to Paint IKEA Furniture, and that was about a failed DIY project where I tried to paint an IKEA coffee table. So that's sort of surprising that that's the top post, but it is. So maybe I could make an e-course on refurbishing IKEA furniture. And it seems like my DIY wall art posts have been pretty popular. So that's another idea I could go with. I could do some DIY wall art projects. And so these are sort of easy ones to find course topics about because they're already how-to posts. But what if you're writing about things that aren't quite so easy to translate into an e-course? So for example, you have a website about anything, but maybe your personal posts are a lot more popular. So you could do an e-course on writing or journaling. Or maybe you run a small business and your most popular posts happen to be about things, the way you set things up behind the scenes. You could take that idea and write an e-course about running a small business, but make sure that you include lots of your secret behind the scenes tips that are really personal to you. So even if you're not seeing some obvious e-course topic ideas, just think for a few minutes about how you can incorporate like the aspects of these posts into your e-course. And also make sure you pay attention to what kind of media you've included in these posts. So are they full of pictures? Do they have videos of you talking? Are there helpful downloads? And make sure that you include those things in your e-course too, because obviously people really liked them in these posts. So now that you have some topic ideas, you want to know where to start promotion. So the best place to start promotion by far is on your own website. So if I were to make a course on how to refurbish IKEA furniture, I am going to include at least one or two links in this post that points to my e-course. I'll probably put a big link at the bottom of the post telling people if they want more on this topic, head over to my e-course. You could put a button in the sidebar of your website or even a whole page dedicated to your e-course or e-courses that you put in the main navigation of your site. And so we're just going to go quickly over to Acquisition and then click on Social and Network Referrals. And this is going to show you what social media platforms drive the most traffic to your website. So you can see number one for me is Pinterest. And that makes sense because my blog was really visual. There was a lot of photos on my blog that were easily shared on Pinterest. Pinterest people love DIY projects. So when I make an e-course about my DIY projects, I'm definitely going to make sure to promote it on Pinterest a lot. So your list of social referrals will probably be different than mine, and it's going to give you a good idea of where to focus your promotion efforts when you launch your e-course. So now that you have a course topic, what do you do with that information? There are lots of ways you can organize your course, but I suggest starting with these three main structures. 1, you can make it project-based. 2, choose a theme. Or 3, teach a certain level. Making it project-based means that your students will complete a certain specific project by the end of the course. For example, by the end of the course, you'll have Facebook ads set up and running. Choosing a theme is sort of similar to project-based, but it's a collection of projects centered around a certain theme. So for example, you could do a course on a collection of DIY projects centered around a kid's room. Or you can teach a course topic that starts and stops at a certain level. For example, a beginner's guide to getting started with social media for your business. So you can see that instead of saying, I want to make a course on social media or DIY projects, it's a lot easier to plan your content when you have some boundaries. And then you'll be armed with a course topic that your audience is sure to love. So get on over to your Google Analytics account and start doing some digging. If you're not sure how to set up Google Analytics, I've linked some helpful articles in the description below to get you started. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more how-to videos and tutorials on how to make awesome e-courses that your audience will love.